Hello there, and to all who come to this happy place, welcome. If you're new here, my name is Abby and I upload Disney planning content here on my channel every Sunday and Thursday. If you like that sort of thing or are planning your next Disney trip, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and tap the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my future uploads. Now, if you saw my video on Thursday, then you know that I created a master crowd calendar built from all kinds of data from all over the internet and put it all together for you into one video and one document. If you missed that video, I will link it in the cards up here. But when I created that video, I know that some of you are going to have to go during those times that I said don't go during these times. Based on school and work schedules, sometimes we have to go to vacation destinations during times that aren't exactly ideal for one reason or another. Whether it be spring break, Christmas break, summer break, that kind of thing. Sometimes that's just what works for your family, and that's when you need to go. So there's not really anything you can do about the dates that you're going to travel. However, there are some ways that you can make your life a whole lot easier, which is what I'm going to share with you today. My first tip for you is to do your planning. Now, this is important no matter when you're going. However, it is actually extra important if you are going during a crazy busy time. This means making your dining reservations 180 days in advance, making your FastPass reservations 60 days in advance, staying on property so that you get that 60-day window. These are all really, really important and go into the planning process. This means that I recommend, if you have to go during busy times, to book at least 7 months in advance, just so that you have time to collect your thoughts, put together what you want to do on your trip and all that kind of stuff. When you are going during a busy time, it is way more important to actually have a game plan for how you're going to attack the parks, just to make sure you see as much as possible. Now, when I work with my clients, I have some software that I use that gives us approximate wait times and all that kind of stuff so that we can best utilize the different fast passes and tactics for when you're in the parks. But that's something that I work with each family individually on because every family is so different and has different goals for their trip. The next tip that I have for you is to choose your parks wisely. Now, a lot of different research can go into this because if you take a look at all of the schedules for the different parks for your dates, you can kind of figure out which parks are going to be busy on which days. And unfortunately, one of the busy days at each park is the day they have extra magic hours. And that's because a lot of people don't purchase Park Hopper. So they're stuck in one park all day long. And if they go to the one with extra magic hours, they get extra time in the parks. However, I am going to tell you that I highly recommend everyone purchase Park Hopper because you can take advantage of extra magic hours at Animal Kingdom from 8 to 9 a.m. And then you can hop over to Magic Kingdom, who had extra magic hours last night. So the park is going to be way emptier than it would be on a day that they actually had extra magic hours. So if you play around with the days that you're going to the parks, you can actually hit lower crowds while still taking advantage of extra magic hours. The other thing about Park Hopper is if you get to a park and you're there for a couple hours and it's just ridiculously busy and you check the app and you're in Hollywood Studios but Epcot's lines actually don't look that bad, if you have Park Hopper, you can hop over there and change up your game plan for the day. This flexibility is going to be so important when you're trying to combat those crowds. And it's not that bad. It's about $70 to $80 per person, and it covers the entire length of your stay. So whether you're going for 1 day or 10 days, it covers it. So if you were to Park Hop every day for 10 days, it would be $7 per person per day. So it really doesn't work out to be that much more, and I think it's well worth it. We do it every time. And the last little part to this is if you don't want to do all of that research into which parks you should go to on which day, use a travel agent. I have a whole video, which I'll link up here in the cards, dedicated to why you need a travel agent, but it's extra important when you are going during busy times because we know what we're doing. So I've been in the parks on Easter, 4th of July, Memorial Day, every holiday from January all the way through the end of summer. So I have a lot of holiday experience in the parks, which tend to be some of the busiest days of the year. So I know the ins and outs of navigating that as a guest and as a cast member. So I have, all of that going for me. But anyway, I am currently taking new clients. I will leave my information in the description down below, and I also always leave my company's information. I do own my own travel agency, Friend Like Me Travel Co., and we have a bunch of agents ready to help you plan your next trip. They're all amazing, but I am currently taking new clients if you want to work with me specifically. When I am doing so, I leave the information in the description of the video. My third tip for you is to plan for more shows and less rides. And I know that can sound like a bummer, but in my opinion, the shows are some of what makes Disney special because they're just so incredible. And the shows have a much higher capacity per hour than most of the rides do. So they're able to get a lot more people in and out of a show than they are in and out of a ride. This means that the shows frequently are going to have a lot less of a wait than most of the attractions. And if you're going during a really busy time, all of the rides are going to have a long wait. Whether it's a little kiddie ride or Space Mountain, they're all gonna have a long wait. Now, Space Mountain's gonna have a much longer wait than Winnie the Pooh, but you know, you get my drift. Make sure to save your fast passes for the big ticket rides like Space Mountain, Splash Mountain, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, Peter Pan's Flight, all of that kind of stuff, and know which rides don't really need a fast pass, even though it's gonna feel like every ride needs a fast pass. Some will need it more than others. Again, working with a professional, they will be able to advise you on which rides really need a fast pass and which you can do without. My next tip for you is to take a midday break. Now, I do want to preface this by saying there are certain days of the year that if you are in Magic Kingdom, then you do not want to leave the park once you get in and you want to go early. These days include 4th of July, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, any day that they have special fireworks, and then also Christmas. Magic Kingdom regularly closes for capacity on these days. Not every single year, but most years they do. What this means is that they will stop admitting new guests into the park because there are just too many people and it's not safe for them to admit more. So they do this on a tiered system. On-property guests are the last tier to be cut off, so that is another reason that you should always try to stay on property, especially if you're going during crazy busy times. But anyway, so if you are not going to the parks, or specifically Magic Kingdom, because the other parks close on very rare occasions, usually something special is going on if they do. If it is a crazy busy day, but not like Christmas Day crazy busy, then my recommendation would be to go very first thing in the morning, take advantage of morning extra magic hours if they have them, and ride rides for the first hour to 2 hours because that's when the crowds are going to be the lowest of the day. And then focus on shows during the middle of the day and around lunchtime. Now, go to shows like when it starts to get like crazy busy lines for the rides. But like around lunchtime, whether it's before or after lunch, head back to your hotel. If you are staying on property, this is gonna be super easy and much quicker than if you were staying off property. But head back to your hotel, take a nap, take a break, go read a book or swim, you know, you do you. However, take a break, take a breather, and just like, you know, recoup because Disney's a lot, it's a lot. And then around dinner time, you can head back to the park, whether it's the same park or a different park, because if you took my advice earlier, then you have park hoppers, so you could go to a different park. Go back to that park. The early to mid-afternoon is the busiest and most crowded time of the day because the families that went first thing in the morning but aren't gonna stay like through fireworks, and then the people that come in later in the day, like in the afternoon because they're not morning people, all of those people are all overlapping in that early to mid-afternoon. So you're gonna hit the most people then. By leaving when all these people are in the parks, you're missing out on that crazy busy time. Going back for a break is going to be even easier if you stay at one of the monorail resorts or a resort that is within walking or boating distance from one of the parks. So this is gonna be Yacht and Beach Club, Boardwalk for Epcot and Hollywood Studios, and then Wilderness Lodge, Contemporary, Polynesian, and Grand Floridian for Magic Kingdom, and then Animal Kingdom Lodge would fall in here for Animal Kingdom. But those are more expensive hotels, so it may be out of your budget. However, staying on property is a great place to start anyway. And my next tip for you is to watch Disney vlogs. Now, I don't mean just like any Disney vlogs, because if you watch a family who is going to Disney for the first or second time, that's not really what I mean. I mean like watch people that go to the parks regularly, that go all the time, like myself. When I post vlogs, there is good information in there with like things that you probably don't know exist, little shortcuts, extra tips. These are all super important. I'm not the only one that does this. There are plenty of other Disney vloggers that do this and Instagrammers that share tips and, you know, things like that. But watching other people do Disney can help you figure it out for your family and see, hey, this worked for them, maybe it'll work for us. Or, hey, this worked for them, but that definitely would not work for us. And it helps you to get some real life experience without actually going to the park. So I'm gonna link my vlog playlist up here in the cards. Feel free to check it out. There's an excessive amount of videos there. But like, for example, last week, the last vlog I posted, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, was an Epcot vlog in which Kaylee and I straight up just hung out in Epcot, and we found all these different quiet spots and we just hung out and watched shows and did absolutely nothing. But there are things there that you probably don't know about, so that would be helpful. And while we're on the topic of like shortcuts, let me know if you want to see a video of all my favorite shortcuts for getting around the parks, because I could totally make a video on that, but if you don't want to see that, then I won't make it. So let me know in the comments down below if that would be helpful. Anyway, so if you've been subscribed to my channel for, I don't know, like the last month or so, then you know that this is part of my Disney for Dummies series that I'm doing here on my channel. I'm going to leave that playlist linked up in the cards here and also in the description down below. Now, this Disney for Dummies series is meant to help you learn how to plan a Disney vacation so that your next one can go as smoothly as possible. So, as you know, I post 2 videos every week. However, the next videos are not going to be part of this series. The next one is going to be our Disney itinerary. We leave a week from today, 6 days from when you're actually watching this video, because today's Wednesday. So we leave a week from today, and I finished our itinerary. I have it here somewhere. I don't know. I finished our itinerary today. Got last minute storybook dining at Wilderness Lodge. I'm very excited, but I will share more about that in my next video. And the video after that, I'm super excited because tomorrow I am going with Adventures by Disney to their Washington, D.C. experience. So I'm going to be vlogging that. I'm hopefully going to get enough for a full video. So that is my plan for next Thursday's video. So the next video on this series is going to be why you need to go to Disney in 2020 and why it's a really great year to go. And that'll just be in a couple videos, not next. So make sure that you're subscribed to my channel so that you don't miss that. And if you tap the notification bell, then you won't miss it because YouTube will let you know when that video goes up. Thank you so much for watching as usual, and I will talk to you guys again on Sunday. Bye.